Shalom. Call hello Yahweh Shem Abishai Bashem Bakakadash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders. Salutations to all my fellow laborers doing this work in truth and sincerity, risking their lives and their freedom to do so, now more so than ever. To the scattered elect that are scattered around the four corners of the earth, mixed among the heathen nations that be like unto the speckled bird, the Israelite foreigners. And to the Akwaf that are listening and learning, to you I say Shalom. This is your brother Malcolm from the branch of the Great Millstone, coming at you with another lesson. All right. The Lord is great and terrible. You know, there's been more shutdowns of public events. I foresee that that's going to happen a lot. Probably going to start canceling a lot of professional games and events. The Arnold Classic got canceled in Ohio. It's a huge event. You know, when I was a musclehead back in the day, I've been to a couple of those, couple of grappling events, jiu-jitsu, wrestling events at the Arnold Classic. And it's a lot of people that go there, and they come from all over to the world to compete. You know, that would have been, all it would have taken was for one person to be sick in the midst of that crowd, and you could have possibly had, you know, hundreds, if not thousands, over 1,000 people. Thousands of people could have been infected, because then those infected people would have gone back home and to their families and traveled. And well, you can see there's also been a state of emergency declared in Los Angeles. You know, and you know, I'm not even going to worry about the brothers out there, because through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Abishai, I have faith that, you know, the Akim are just fine. But let me read the scripture. This is Sirach 43 and 29, and it reads, Yahweh is terrible and very great and marvelous in his power. You know, 3 tornadoes hit Nashville. 24 people were killed. Dozens were injured, and all kinds of property damage. And all that happened in the midst of a pandemic that's spreading across the world and spreading across America. This thing again, they keep trying to say that don't worry and they got it under control. They don't have it under control. The only thing controlling this is the Lord himself. And those who get sick are meant to get sick, and those that die from the illness are meant to die from it. Don't be surprised. There will be miracles. The Lord will show his power. Some of the elect may get sick, and then the Lord's going to heal them if they do. So with all these great wonders and works, you're going to start seeing miracles happen. All right? But let's get Isaiah 29 and 26. This is Isaiah 29, not 26 and 6. And verse 6. And it reads, And thou shalt be visited of Yahweh of hosts with thunder and with earthquakes and with great noise and with storm and tempest and with flame of devouring fire. So a tempest, a storm and a tempest, that's a tornado. All right. And then in the midst of that tornado, something else happened. A huge volcano went off in Indonesia. And I don't even know the specs on that. I don't know how many people died or whatever. But it was pretty big. Nevertheless, the Lord is letting you know. Okay? Because the death came for people. And it did not pass them over. Because we're in the time of the Passover. We're about to worship, do the Passover service. You know? And then, you know, the feast of unleavened bread. You know, the whole week of that follows it. And we're praying, and well, hopefully this is the last one. And secondly, death will pass us over, because death is about to hit across America, all across Babylon. Yep. This is Sirach. Let's go back to Sirach, 43rd chapter. I was really enjoying that chapter. And I'm going to start at verse 6 and read through 8. And he made the moon also to serve in his season for a declaration of times and a sign of the world. From the moon is the sign of feast, a light that decreases in her perfection. The month is called after her name, increasing wonderfully in her changing, being an instrument of armies above, shining in the firmament of heaven. All right. So the moon is used to declare time. Different celebrations and feast, not the sun. The sun is meant to give light during the day so that food and all that stuff can grow. Right. But time is measured by the moon. All right. The new day starts by the moon. All right. It's as simple as that. It's not, Friday to Saturday, Friday or Saturday or Sunday. That's not how you measure the Sabbath. All right. The Sabbath day is when the new moon comes. And then in every 7 days from that point is your Sabbath day until the next new moon. So if that next new moon happens to fall on a Monday or a Tuesday, then your next 4 to 5 Sabbaths are going to be on that Monday or that Tuesday. All right. So you can't follow a calendar. For you Israelites out there, I heard my sister Lisa Cabrera talk about some calendar that she follows. It's not how it works. The Sabbaths are done by the new moon. So you got a lot of people that know they're Israel, but you got a lot of people that's going off, man. All right. Now I'm going to read Sirach 4:1 through 5. As a matter of fact, you should go and read Exodus the 12th chapter to get a better understanding on the new moon and the Sabbath and the Passover and why it's done, because it symbolizes the Lord. The lamb was actually the sacrifice, symbolism of the Lord being sacrificed wholly for the nation of Israel, not the whole world, for all 12 tribes, not the whole world. Dog here on me. All right. But this is Sirach 43, and I'm gonna read verses 1 through 5, because we're just gonna read about how great and powerful Yahweh is, and then all that power has been imbued unto his son, which is gonna deputize, so to speak, 144,000 judges to rule with him, co-heirs, if you will, the first spirits created, the elect, that none of the churches, none of the apologetics or the Catholics, the 7 day of whatever they call themselves, the J wickedness, the Baptists, none of them talk about that, as if those scriptures don't exist. All right, but this is Sirach 43:1. The pride of the height, the clear firmament, the beauty of heaven, with his glorious show. The sun, which appeareth, declaring at his rising, a marvelous instrument, the work of the Most High. At noon it parteth the country, and who can abide the burning heat thereof? A man blowing a furnace in his works of heat, but the sun burneth the mountains 3 times more, breathing out fiery vapors and sending forth bright beams. It dimmeth the eyes. You can't even look at it. When the sun, you have to squint. Put your hand up, try to look through the small crack of your fingers. You can't. The light is so bright, man. Okay. Let's jump down to verse 29. Once again, Yahweh is terrible and very great and marvelous in his power. When ye glorify Yahweh, exalt him as much as you can, for even yet will he far exceed. And when you exalt him, put forth all your strength, and be not weary, for ye can never go far enough. That's why when we give the praise and the salute of the name of Yahweh and our Savior, our King, the Son, we give a hearty salute when we do it. All right. 31. Who have seen him that he might tell us? Who can magnify him as he is? There are yet hid greater things than these be, meaning all the things I just read about in this chapter. How great is the sun? How great is the moon that changes its appearance so that you can know times and dates? How great is he? Said there are yet hid greater things than these be, for we have seen but a few of his works. For Yahweh have made all things, and the godly have he given wisdom. And the wisdom is the law, statutes, and commandments, and how to live, and discernment. All right, and that's been given to the elect, and only with Israel. Tells you he has never not dealt so with any other nation. So I don't know what this make-believe rapture is all about, because that's not scriptural. All right, the kingdom it comes after the tribulation. You don't have people get taken away from the tribulation, and then they're not getting tried as in the fire, like the gold. That's not what it is. But let's get Revelation 2 and 26, man, because all that power and glory is being handed over to Yahushua. All right. And this is Revelation 2, and I'm going to read 26 and 27. All right. And mind you, the 144,000 elect, starting with King David, the 12 on down to the rest of the 144,000 are going to be co-heirs with Yahushua. All right. Because Peter is King David. They're the same person. All right. If you have the spiritual discernment to understand that. All right. That's why it was given unto him. Revelation 2 and 26. And he that overcometh and keepeth my works until the end. What are his works? The law, statutes, and commandments to the best of your ability. That's that wisdom. Because if you follow them, that's going to add wisdom unto your life. All right. And he that overcometh and keepeth my works unto the end, to him will I give power over the nations, all the other 17 nations of people, though the billions and billions of the other races. Yahushua and the 144,000 will have dominion over them. This is why they hate us so. All right. And believe me, our women going to get in order that day. When that power get given out, there going to be no more back talking, no more heads rolling, none of that. Ain't going to be none of that. All right. And he shall rule them with a rod of iron, as a vessel of a potter shall they be broken to shivers, even as I have received of my Father. Precept to that is Psalms 2 and 8. And that scripture pretty much says that he will give the heathen unto Yahushua and to us as a possession, as a heritage. Call Halal Yahweh Bashim Shai Bashim Wakak Wadash Wa Ababa Ball. Shalom.